Yeah.
Where your phone, boo?
Oh yeah, we can.
Are we going for RawbutReal or your page?
It's on RawbutReal page when you share it. So go for RawbutReal. Put it all together. Hello. Welcome to RawbutReal.
What up?
We are here.
Turn your volume down.
I'm
Turn
about
your
to
volume
do
down.
it now.
What up, though? You already know
right,
what it is.
y'all.
I'm Dice Clark.
G baby.
I'm Rhea. I already said it. I probably didn't, but y'all know what it is. As you guys can see, we have a special guest.
I'm on here every
All
week.
right. Time to watch. Cut your volume down. All right, y'all. We just setting up. Don't worry about us. Y'all know this is what we do. Share.
I'm just happy we on time.
Now you share together.
Can't believe it.
No, it's not.
We been
All
doing
right,
good.
we in the process of doing our sharing. Y'all know how we do. So we have the intelligence, gifted, beautiful to say the least, but also very intelligent. Elle Breaunna in the building.
Damn, you said the whole name.
Yes.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome.
Nice to
How
meet
you
you
doing?
guys.
Come through.
Thank you
Now,
for
those
having
that
me.
may not know Elle, we're gonna go through some of her work, but we're gonna kick it today too, just like normal people.
Hey,
I
man,
like to
none
do
of
a
us
little bit of
normal.
normal
Oh, let's do it.
sometimes.
Let's do it.
Instead of always feeling like you're being investigated. But we're gonna definitely drop all of your movies.
Thank you.
Those that don't know, and I don't like to say just Tubi movies because that's not what it is.
Independent filmmakers.
Independent filmmakers, urban filmmakers,
Yes.
just all of that good stuff.
All the
Like
good
you've been
stuff.
doing this for a minute.
Yes, I've been acting since the second grade.
Second grade.
Yep, I started at Macy Gymnastic Academy, and I just have always just loved to do it. I lost my way along the way, which we'll get to that.
Okay.
And I came back around in 2016 or 2017.
2017. Okay. And now background because you have a regular day job.
I used to.
Used to.
You have to.
Yes, I have. I went to college for journalism, broadcast journalism with a concentration in sports. Went to Wayne State University. Journalism is one of those hard jobs to get into.
Yes.
And in the world of podcasting, and I love podcasts as well, but journalism just doesn't have the same, same
Meaning
value
as it
or
did.
meaning as it used
Yeah.
to.
It doesn't.
I started throwing parties young too.
Mm-hmm.
I had the best kindergarten party at St. Suzanne. And from then I have continued to be an event coordinator and a consultant around Detroit, throwing many different events around the city. A lot of
Because
celebrities.
your birthday parties.
This is my last one
Y'all.
till 35. I'm
Oh,
done.
my goodness
I'm
gracious.
done. And if I do 35, I'm really over the
Playing
scene.
part?
The scene.
Yeah.
Just the scene. It makes good money. I love to entertain people. I think that's one of my missions here is just to entertain people in different ways, and getting people together to have a good time and vibe out is amazing. But sometimes it's draining.
Yes, it can be draining.
Definitely.
Demonic spirits sometimes.
Is
in
it draining on your
places.
personal life?
No. We met at work. Me and my boyfriend, we met. I was working at Minnie's. And so and I was very clear when we first started dating that I was not quitting my job unless I was compensated for it. Because you met me here, and I
That's
don't
right.
want to lose myself in this situation as well.
Yes.
And
That is so
if you let
important.
me be my best self, I can be my best self for you. And so we kind of just operate in that. Sometimes it has its highs and its lows when it comes to those types of things, but he's very supportive of anything that I want to do.
That's absolutely important.
It is.
Dice, what are you doing? Dice over here. As I said, Elle is a very beautiful woman.
Thank you.
But I
think he got
I
caught
never
up
let them
in
know
the
until the day
rapture.
of who the guest is.
Oh, so you
So
really
he's
you
a little
control all
shocked.
the things.
He
Okay.
got to take a shot.
Okay.
He a little shocked, and he don't drink, so.
You don't drink, you gotta take a shot of apple juice. Okay, good. That's what Eve gave Adam. So.
That's true.
Ooh, shit.
He's going to be high tonight.
That's what had happened.
But I want to go over your latest movie,
Okay.
Justice.
Yes.
Phenomenal. I'm not just saying that because I know you.
Thank you so
But
much.
Justice was straight fire from beginning to end.
Thank you so much.
I was just like, you really doing this thing?
And what is it
Now,
on?
Tubi.
Tubi. I had you watch it. Look, Rika's gonna show not a clip, but a picture.
Yes,
But-
me and my sis Angel.
Yes, I have to meet I still haven't met.
She's amazing.
Hold on.
She does my makeup. She's also a makeup artist and an actress. I love Angel.
Let me see.
Yes.
Did I see that? Don't tell me.
Yes, you saw it when Dennis was here. See, this is I have to remind them.
Come
so
on
I don't
now.
know why.
Listen.
You old. I know.
Let me do this.
He old. It's okay.
I did see this.
Lord help him.
Y'all was cops?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that. That is. You wrote that?
I co-wrote
it.
and co-directed.
That
it.
was a great movie.
So when I say co-wrote, just to be clear, I had a vision and God gave me a story to tell
Yes.
through my life, but also through things that I think He I needed to tell and needed to say in a creative way as well. And I first told Angel, she does my makeup. We've been close friends for years. So she's doing my makeup one day. I'm getting ready for He Said, She Said, actually.
That was the other one I was gonna bring up because I was pissed.
So was my mother. So she's with my makeup for He Said, She Said. And I said, I got this idea for this movie. I want us to play cousins whose fathers have passed away. And we're yada, yada. She's like, we going to be sisters. And
They
I
ain't
was
passed
like,
away, got killed.
yeah, right, got killed. Absolutely. That's a difference.
It
That
is
is a
a
difference.
difference.
And I
I ain't
said-
want to say that because
No.
I ain't want to give it away to people.
Well,
who
No,
that's again, it's
yeah,
a big
yeah.
one.
And I think that headlines are always bad with that too. When they say so and so's dead, it's like
Yeah,
say
that's-
that was
Yeah.
whether it was natural causes or whatever.
Because Tupac was assassinated.
Exact
Yes.
part. That part.
Okay,
That part.
just to be clear.
We don't want to get me
You
on
don't
that
wanna get that part.
You want to get me on that. I used to YouTube about the whole thing about Tupac on
Yeah,
that.
we're gonna get to your Illmatic. I didn't forget about the Illmatic view.
Yes. So when I started writing things down that I wanted to be injustice, I literally wrote characters based upon people that I knew and certain plots that I wanted, certain points that I wanted to be told and made known. And then Dennis said, I have someone that can help you put this together. And that was what Brenda Hampton did. And me and Brenda went through rigorously for weeks, taking things out, putting things in. And I had to put my flavor, my sprinkle on there
Yes.
and, do my own little thug thizzle. And I think that it turned out amazing. I do think that, just to be quite transparent, Tubi is looking for the raunchy and for the raw.
Yep.
And some things aren't always real, but they like
But
that,
they like
right?
it.
They like that, and I think this story I wasn't necessarily looking for that. I wanted to just tell my story and just be passionate about this is my passion project. I'm moving forward. I know how to get a little dirty and nasty
Yeah.
to for the masses, but I think this story was just a good story overall. It was thoroughly told. It wasn't I know it was sex that was alluded to sex. I didn't want to be nasty. I didn't want to be exploit. I didn't want to exploit people. I think that we can show artistry without being naked.
Exactly.
And I think it's important as filmmakers to do that as well, to be able to tell good stories without always having to do a lot of cussing,
Sex
which we
in it.
did.
Which
some.
we did a little,
or
yeah, a
exploiting
little
black.
bit.
Oh, yeah, I'm a cusser.
You
So I did. That's just, I have a nasty
Very
mouth.
bad.
I'm working on it, guy. I'm a work in progress.
Yes.
But
keep working. That's
I'm
all we
trying.
all work in progress.
I'm trying, but I think that we can do things without exploiting black people and also degrading black
Yes.
people when it comes to filmmaking.
So we can go over a little bit since we talked about God, a little bit, how we met.
Yes.
Which is
church.
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 Union Grace.
Union Grace.
And I was
E
like,
for everlasting sin. Reverend
Reverend Reginald
E for
Everlasting. That is Bishop. Yes.
Bishop.
But it was funny because I don't know. I think I was watching something from YouTube or on your Instagram, and I was like, you inboxed me and said, "Do you go to Union Grace or is your
Yeah.
mom Jennifer?" And I was like,
Yep.
How you know
Because
my
your mother,
mama?
y'all got the same face. It's like she did this and put it on her. She said, bloop.
Yeah.
"Look at Baba bringing things
Yeah.
together."
Yes.
I said, "Yeah," but then your cousins, London and Mula and all. I'm just like, okay, so we just stuck. She stuck with me ever since then.
Yes,
And then my Bister, which I call her Bister, but Ronnie Pig.
Yes, I love you.
Yes.
And while we talking about sisters, hey sis, my real sis watching in. Shout out to
sister.
Slim.
My sister
Hi,
chimed in.
Robbie.
My real
But yeah,
sister.
so
That's Jaden's real mother.
Yeah.
y'all,
I just birthed him, but that's his mother.
yes, my sister is a lot of things. And
She
she's
got a
an
birthday
event planner,
coming up.
too. And her
Yes.
birthday, her 50th is coming up.
Oh, it's going to be a big run.
It's a lot. Yeah. It's a lot. Not on your scale,
That's okay.
because your scale's big. This child, I wish I had some footage of, I should have had that on there. But your parties, and I've never been. Just
Come
the,
through 1 year.
oh my goodness
I'm
gracious.
doing
You
my man
said
at
this the
40th
last
next year.
year.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on my guy at 40th next year, though.
Okay.
It's going to be amazing.
Okay.
It's gonna be amazing.
Yours this year too?
One was a Coming to America theme.
Yeah, that was my 30th.
That was the 30th.
Yeah, I'm big on
the-
African, everything.
Yes.
I'm pro-black, as my mama would say. I'm a radical child.
Still active with New Era or not as active? New Era Detroit. New Era Detroit.
I never
thought
worked
you
with
was.
them.
Oh, okay. I thought you just always used to do a lot with them,
I don't think no.
or just talk about it.
I'm a person that
Elman,
promotes
yeah.
everybody. I just
Okay.
If you got something, I'm gonna share it. If it's nothing wrong, I don't even charge for stuff like that. 'Cause I feel like if I believe in it, if I like it, I'm just gonna throw it out there. So,
Can you? Never mind.
I did that already. Leave me alone. And I'm gonna do it again today. Excuse me. Dice. It's wrong
Roll
gamble.
the dice.
Wrong gamble, baby.
I don't know
Wrong
what's
gamble.
happening right now, but I'm here.
I love it. It's RawbutReal, baby. That's life.
So when I did the Coming to America thing, we were going through COVID, and I was getting heavy into my Bible too, and I just wanted to celebrate myself. I was turning 30. I felt like the chapter of my life. I felt liberated. I felt so good. I never felt so much better about myself in that moment. And girl, the bar money was coming in. I just was like, let's throw this party.
Yeah.
And it was. I feel so. I have not topped that yet.
Shoot.
I
30th.
have not topped my 30th. That was a vibe. It wasn't everybody, everything was intentional about that day. I had an African spiritual minister come, Mama Maya Reynolds. She came and did a tradition and a prayer and a ritual with us. I had the dancers. I had
Everything.
shout out to Tattoo Man Page. He came and did the hop on the lake and bark like a dog for me. I made him rap DMX. So I had my creative self.
Yeah.
So I had a whole skit,
Yeah.
for it, and it was just Ryan Dance, Rose Spit came and sprinkled, they sauce on it. It was a great time.
Good.
And as you should celebrate. So how you feel about like the prom season, and if you had, because you still don't have any children, do you?
No, I have
You
bonus
have
children.
bonus children.
I have bonus children. I think that we should definitely celebrate our kids and their accomplishment. I think it should be within, of course, with your finances, but that's your business.
You want to talk about it?
And
My son's prom.
yes,
is
and
Friday.
and it
Friday.
should also be
my
appropriate.
God.
I don't like the liquor bottles. I don't like the champagne. The money going. What is that representing?
Yes,
What is that
yes.
showing? I don't really understand that. I also the girls with the see-through dresses. I don't get. It's
so
sexualizing.
much to talk about.
It's a lot, and I think that sometimes as parents, people live vicariously through their children when they have them young, and they want to be so much of making them happy that they want to be their friend opposed to being their parent, and it just takes away from.
does.
They're failing their children in that aspect. I think that you should make it a big shebang. It's a huge celebration.
Yes.
But make sure you can
Make
afford
sure
college
you can
too.
afford college, and make sure they graduate.
Most of
nicely.
them who have
That
prom,
part.
they ain't even graduated.
That part.
Let me tell you
Having a
something.
prom.
They're taking out student
Man,
loans and they
graduating, he going to school
That's
right
right.
after.
Period.
He doing
Oh, Jaden's
everything.
gonna be- he doing his
Jaden
thing.
is going through it. I ain't saying it like that, but I'm just
No, I
saying like,
understand.
I,
And
with-
congratulations
Yeah.
to Jaden.
thank you. But when I tell you,
She been going through it for this prom, but that's what I'm saying.
I want to fight him.
I bet my stepson is
I
going
wanna
to his
fight him.
girlfriend's prom this year, and his prom is next year. I'm like, look here, Playboy, we gonna take it slow.
My son did
for old
that.
girl prom.
Yes, for
Ooh.
her.
No,
it's
It's hers.
hers.
Yours.
Yeah, he did that.
Next year.
He went to hers first because she was older. He went to hers, and then he had his the next year. But he went by himself on his
Yeah, my son go
with
by
his
himself
cousin.
too.
But he went with a girl.
A lot of young men I've been hearing said they were not gonna take a date
That
if it
was,
wasn't with their
You want to know
girlfriend.
was
why
15
he,
years
he
ago.
chose? He had
Yeah,
a date.
why did he say that?
He had a date.
They didn't want to give it up.
No.
She already did that in the back of the car.
Well, we don't know if that's.
They did.
That
Okay.
might not be her.
Right.
When you're in high school, you can't go to your mama.
He
You got to pass
told-
someplace. I
he
don't want to tell you what I was
told
doing
me.
in college, in high school.
He said he was done because she told him what they were driving, which was his aunt's car, which is a Grand Wagoneer. And she said, "Oh no, I want something that's not on the street." He said, "Well, what you want me to do? Build a car?"
Right.
She said, "Well, I want to ride in something that's not out here on the streets." He said, "Well,
A horse and carriage? What you want?
the truck I
Girl, my
got."
sister took a helicopter horse and carriage.
Obviously,
Yeah,
I
man.
guess that's what she was
took
thinking
3
about,
months of transit.
but she didn't know who his mother was. But the son said,
But I
no.
loved his simplicity and the fact that he wasn't going
He
to
wasn't going for
Try
it.
to please her.
to please
No.
her. This is
Yeah.
what I'm sitting in my lane. This is what I like. This is what I'm gonna do.
And this is
that's
as a
fine.
man.
Yes,
This
as
is
a
what
man.
I'm bringing.
Yeah.
And if this ain't enough
And
for
that
you,
has shown me that you aren't the girl that I want to have in my life in this moment. Maybe one day you may grow up, but in this moment,
he
that's
canceled
cool.
it. I was like, well, what else? Was that it? He was like, well, no. Then she told me after prom, she didn't want to hang with my people or whatever. So I told her, like, you know, this is what I want to do. This is my prom.
Right.
And he was like, I'm just done. Don't worry about it. You ain't got to go.
Polo tink.
Okay.
Hey,
I hope that she take Batman's car for prom.
I hope so, too.
Batman's car.
I told him, I said, guess what I took? I did take a car that wasn't on the street. I took a Mitsubishi Galant.
That's what you took to your prom.
No one has that on the street.
No one had that.
That's what I drove to prom. I said, you
Y'all
want
was
to
the
go get
only
that?
one with that.
I'll go get it.
Yesterday, let me tell you, because I know I forget
No,
fast.
go ahead.
But yesterday, I was coming from work. I work downtown, you know, at that place, Hollywood. I try not to say that place. But I go to the store, and it's these 3 young black guys. One got tattoos all over his face. Not that I should judge you, but I'm trying to do better with my people. I'm trying, because I don't like to be afraid of my young black men.
Right.
So it was 3 of them, and it was these Italian looking men, very handsome Italian, distinguished men with these women, but not just subtle. That was nice. I don't know all of the VDA, all that stuff, but they was nice. So we leaving out, and the guys was like, "Yeah, that's a McLaren." Then he got a McLaren, and you know the big car was beautiful.
Rolls-Royce.
Beautiful. I should have took a picture. It was gorgeous. And another one was in this orange kind of car. Different cars.
was
Hadn't
it
seen them
orange?
before. It was orange. That's her favorite color. But
Clearly.
right. So we walking across the street, and I'm going in my car, and I hear the guys, they just talking. He was like, "Yeah, man, he got this on, he did this. Man, I should have robbed him." And the spirit just, I would have never said nothing any other day. But I don't know, the spirit led me to say something to the young man. I don't know how they gonna act, because they was already acting a little rowdy in the store. So I'm like, I said, that was your first thought when you saw somebody with something that you wanted to take it from them? I was like, why? But you don't want to ask him, like, what do you do for a living?
How did you get
How
that?
did you get it?
Right.
Nothing?
He
He was
me
like,
the game goes.
dang. He was like, it's a lady, you right, ma'am. And when he hit me with the ma'am, I felt old as hell.
You
but-
were.
I think you're right.
But that shows to show that he was taught something.
Yes. The
was
middle
taught
one was
something.
taught something. The one with the tattoo, not so much. They was just kind of standing there, kind of whatever. And he was like,
Yeah, he was
you
smoking
right.
you over to see like what we
Right.
could take from her.
Exactly,
Come on and
probably.
tell us
Got
what
the
to
Malibu.
do.
And I
What's
said,
the
that's the
answer?
sad part that I mean, I'm alert. That's what you got to look at nowadays.
Yeah.
But I kept kicking it with him. I talked to him. He was like, yeah, lady, I was getting in some trouble a few days ago, actually, and this lady said she was going to pray for me because me and my cousin was out and we was going to rob this nigga. I ain't going to lie. We was going to rob him. And then she said, I'm going to pray for you. She saw me about to do it. I said, and what happened after that? He was like, we left. I left. I said, but she stopped you from getting in some trouble, right? He was like, yeah. I said, okay, so what you...
Why you
Go
keep
get
getting
your
a repeat
ass a
offender?
job.
I said, come on. I said, they
Because
hiring in here.
the thing of it is, one person can't reach them. They've been doing what they've been doing.
But at least I
with
try.
no
I feel like
guidance.
I'm not gonna ever
So-
stop trying. That proved to me, because I have lost. I be like, ugh, I give up sometimes.
Yeah.
But so that renewed a fire inside of me
And
to at least still
I'll
talk to
share-
him. And then I got on the elevator. I said, I don't want to be afraid of y'all. I said, I don't want to fear that I get in. Most people wouldn't even get in the elevator with y'all.
Correct.
I said, because of how y'all look. Y'all know that, right? I said, you don't need to care. I was just kicking it with them.
Yeah.
And they was.
But I'll be
Cool.
honest with you, because even with Jaden being 17, driving, you know, all of this, but he's light skinned, and we stay on like Warren and Evergreen. It's a corner store at the corner of our block. He won't go there. And he's like, I'm not going to that store because they look at me different. And he's a kid, but he don't look too much like a little young kid. But
And it's nothing but Arabs in that area now.
it's
anyways.
Arabs, but then it's also us.
Oh, for sure.
That's definitely, you know, doing what they're doing. But his thing is, I'm gonna go to Redford because he go to school in Redford. I'm gonna go to Redford, and probably he don't go downtown. He don't associate himself with another type of crowd than what he's used to, because he don't want to be involved and get in trouble.
And
that type-
stereotypes.
Yeah. And then the guys that are his age, that's not his color. Because again, I'm gonna say this: I didn't notice it until me and him was out one time. And I noticed how the dark skinned guys looked at him differently.
Oh, for
Because
sure.
he's
They think
young,
he's soft.
he's
he might be
super
a little
yellow.
lighter
Yeah,
than
he
you.
yellow.
They think he's soft.
Correct. So he was like, I don't even put myself in those situations. And the fact that he knew
No,
that.
colorism is something that we
Yes.
act like we don't know. It has
Yeah.
always existed in our community. It still exists in our community.
Yeah, within ourselves.
Absolutely.
It's not just a white and black thing.
No, that's what I'm
It's-
saying.
Yeah,
Colorism within
us.
ourselves. Absolutely.
And that's
Absolutely.
crazy, because I'm like, dang, I got to think about that type of thing for my kid. Like, I'm not going downtown.
We do it all the time.
I
and
ain't
don't even
doing
realize
all
we
that.
do
Oh,
it.
definitely. I'm
Like, hey,
bored.
you know,
I
light
lived,
bright.
I lived in the same area. I
Yeah.
went to school. I went to Kosciuszko. I went
Okay.
to school, and Emperor. I went to the same
Yep.
area, and
Dixon, Lessinger,
yep,
all
all
of
that's
that.
in the same hood. And definitely, treated differently for being light skinned,
Yeah.
sandy brown hair. I was rather privileged. My parents did well for themselves, and I was picked on a lot because of that. Like, because we don't like you.
Right.
But then I go to fight a lot.
They tried. They would try me, and I was so spoiled though. Like, okay, you want to be mean to me? Why daddy bringing pizza on Friday? You can't have none.
You can't have none.
So just remember that. So next week you might want to be my friend.
And that's why you threw that party at St. Suzanne.
Yep,
and got it crushed.
And the teachers always liked me. I was always liked by the teachers because I was raised by my grandparents. So I was like an old soul, and I knew I was very respectful. And I just told my stepdaughter this. I said, you got to learn to be nice to your teacher so you can get your way. You got to. You can, because if you got to C, and if you a little nicer, they might give you that B minus. B minus is better than C.
Yeah, it do.
I'm just saying.
Transcripts.
So, hello. So school wasn't always very difficult, but those times where kids could be mean, I started to gain weight. My body changing into not looking like all the other girls, developing differently. So middle school was and the way that you see today, guys.
And all of that.
I was just trying to figure
It all
out.
develops.
Where did it go?
Out of nowhere.
It does.
It definitely seemed like it was like, boop, there it is.
And boys don't get that. Like, things that girls go through.
Oh,
and our bodies changing the way they change.
Yes, we do.
I remember my dad was like,
it.
I had stretch marks, and my dad called me. I was like, what she got them?
Right.
She's like, I don't know.
Like, me and I thought if you said stretch marks, you was loose or something.
I don't know what the hell. I was like, why she got them stretch marks? We got to fix that.
Right.
No, I don't know what my dad's thought was. He just was trying to understand why my body was developing. And he came to give me some soap or something in the bathroom and a towel on. He saw my stretch marks here. He called mom like, why she got them already? She's like, I don't know. Her body is changing. I don't know how to answer that question for you. Like, that was, middle school was different. Middle school was the best time of my life.
Really?
Yes, middle school was great. I was in theater.
Oh, yeah.
It was great. It was great. It was fun. I wrote my first play in the 8th grade. Shout out to Deborah Harris and RawbutReal. So middle school, people say high school was their best years. Middle school was my best year.
High school?
Yeah, high school was definitely my best year.
I went to Redford Union. I hated it.
I went to Benedictine and Oak Park.
Yeah, Oak Park.
I went to Sidewalk High. But
How was that?
that was great.
Okay.
Yeah, it was great.
I'm still in school.
Okay.
When did you say you started at 3 years old?
Acting. Second grade.
Second grade.
Second grade.
And from that point, you knew this is what you wanted to do?
All my life. My grandparents had me watching movies with Henry Fonda, Clark Gable, Betty Davis.
Classics.
Lena Horne, Brock Peters, like black and white movies my whole life. I always loved black and white film because you have to look beyond the surface. There's you have to create an imagination of everything, and color is a big deal, whether we know it or not.
Yeah. And
just the beauty of film then was just so much different, and all my and I commend my grandparents for just holding me too. I'm okay with being an old kid. I was cool with that. Like so listen to all the old music. I remember my uncle bought me an Etta James album in the 7th grade because I loved her,
Yes.
So I knew then I wanted to be an actor, and then my family wasn't too supportive.
Yeah.
They were like, girl, go to take your ass to school. Black folks like work at the plant, the post office, go to college.
Especially in Detroit.
Detroit. Those are the best things they think you can do.
So what about now?
They're supportive.
they love it.
They're like, do it, But it took for me to take it more seriously, and people have to realize, pouring into your children and affirming their life because we say things and we don't know what we're saying is down in your children.
Yeah.
Because we've projected our fears onto them. And the word can't should never be in the vocabulary when it comes to your children and your family. You can do anything you want to do.
Yep.
Put forth the effort to do that. Anything in this life is attainable. You look at people like Mia Ray. She's a $50 million business. A girl from Brightmoor, Detroit. That went to Cass Tech and a baby at 16. If you don't think you can do it, that's a perfect example right there that it can be done.
Because I'll tell you one thing.
And Mia shares it all the time.
All the time.
does.
And she's a free speech. She's a very
is.
Transparent person, and she will teach you the game if you're willing
Now
to
she
listen.
raw as hell. Now don't be
She
sensitive.
is.
When
She
you don't be
is.
too
She
sensitive.
is. I love
Because she
her.
gonna tell you how it is.
I look at her and say, I can be that person. In my own lane, I can be that person. And you should be highly motivated by people like that, like your
But I'll
peers.
tell you what my parents told me, like straight out of high school, I went straight to Virginia Fair to do hair. My dad was like, you should be a seamstress. I'm like, you've never seen me sew anything. I was doing hair at lunchtime, so I'm going to do this. And he was like, I ain't no money in that. I went to hair school.
What is in here?
Right.
Still
Sir.
do it now.
Right.
Yes.
22 years later, I still do it. And it was to the point where my mama was like, well, can I? Now, don't get me wrong. I did keep a second job all the time. But at the end of the day, I follow what I wanted to do, not what my parents. Because our parents, like you said, is go to college, go to, do this and do that. That's their lane.
Yep.
And as time progresses, things change. Just like now, college ain't for everybody. Trade schools is
Yeah.
It is,
College is
and
never
the
for me.
entrepreneurial route. And my grandfather just felt like, he lived his American dream.
Mm-hmm.
He came from Mississippi. He went to the service. He came home, got a good job, took care of his family. They lived a good middle class life, and that was his American dream, and that was fine for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that he tried to protect me so much that he hindered me from life.
Yes.
When it came to certain experiences that I could have had, he was so afraid of letting me into the belly of the beast.
Yeah.
And I understand he wanted to protect me, but you can't protect your children from everything. You have to realize that the things that you've taught them, they should be able to navigate through life.
Correct.
I always say that because I got accepted to Alabama State when I was coming out of high school, and I always think what would happen if I'd have
Me too.
went that way. But my mom, she really didn't want me to go. I mean, she's like, well, okay, that's good. You got accepted. And I'm thinking I'm going, and then...
Martin told me you ain't going.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
my mom
like,
told me I
no.
couldn't go
I
after
thought I was
school.
going. It comes down to get the stuff for the dorm. I was like, we going to looking at stuff for the
No.
school. She was like, you ain't going to Alabama State.
My
You
parents
not-
ain't
I was
had
like,
to
what you
tell
mean?
me.
You
I
wasn't
told
leaving?
them I wasn't going anyway.
Oh, shit.
How does
Look
that
at you now.
Great.
How did that turn out, guys?
Turned out great.
He said, great.
It's all in the spirit.
I think I already had stuff in my head that I wasn't going. I had a little boyfriend in high school. I didn't want to leave him. And my grandfather was like, really don't want you to go. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to
He was
stay.
cool with it.
Now looking back, I tell every young person, your life, don't worry about
And
no
go.
boyfriend, no girlfriend. Detroit is always here. You can always come back home.
Yep.
The familiar is always here, but go out and
Definitely.
live your life. I wish that I had went to Hampton.
Yes, because you
Oh,
can watch
yeah.
Tubi from anywhere.
You can. You can.
And Prime and Peacock.
and all those things. I got some stuff. I think I'm on Prime.
Yeah.
How many movies, not that you're in, because I'm sure you're in a lot of them, but that you are part of as far as like directing, writing?
Only 2 so far.
That you help direct and wrote?
Or producing. I've done some producing work under Dennis Reed Productions. I'm currently working on my second script.
When did you start? When you started acting at that early age, did you know you wanted to write?
Oh, I've been writing my whole life too.
That too.
So I started writing poetry in like middle school. And
I mean, you could rap.
I'm
don't sing no
a
more,
word.
huh?
No.
Don't sing no more. Okay.
No, I wasn't choir.
Just saying.
I am a wordsmith. I'm great with words, and I always, worked the school paper, or I always did good in literature. So
So that's what made you go to journalism?
Yeah.
And my dad went to college for sports journalism, so I felt
Okay.
like I was following into his footsteps too. And back then I loved sports. Now I'm like,
Yeah.
I've lost that way.
And he passed away when in
2003.
2003.
Yep. So it's been 20 years to date for him, and I've always wanted to write. So then I always also loved the cinematography when it came to movies too, or shows. Just great directors. Captivate. A lot of things that you see in movies too. Good movies are not even the words. It's what they show in angles and
Exactly.
how they place things for you to
Correct.
pay attention to later.
Right.
And I want Tubi to get into that too, the actual artistry of film, so we can kind of start saying, "Oh, I seen that here, there." And
Yep.
makes the audience think more.
Yep.
A lot of times
Yeah.
are so you already know what's gonna happen. I want the audience to think more, so that's what I'm trying to do moving forward.
Yeah, I like that.
And
My mind was racing.
And Justice.
Oh my God! I was just like, okay, wait.
That movie took so
it
much
could
out
be
of
this.
me.
I was like, well, this could be the. I don't know. I'm in here going back and forth.
Much.
Yeah, I just
out
watched
of
the
me.
movie.
Took a lot out of me emotionally. A lot out of me. My uncle
It
called
was
me this
phenomenal.
morning from Vegas. Thank you, and just talking about different things. Like, girl, you just. Whew. That type of thing. The movie was kind of like, whoo, when I got done.
Because people ask me, they be like, "Is that about her father?" I said, "It's
It
not.
was just
It's
inspired by a true
Inspired
story.
by.
But like I said, God put things on you, and you don't know what. That's all I can say.
I
Yes.
agree.
That's all I'm willing to say. You just don't know what comes up when God
I
places
totally
things in your
agree.
spirit, and let God do His work. And I'm a
That's
product
you
of His
gotta
work.
and timing and patience.
No, I was
and
gonna let the viewers know. You
perseverance.
know what I'm saying? Go watch it if they haven't seen
Please
it.
go watch
yeah,
Justice on
You
Tubi.
ready to?
Please go watch Justice on
What you want
Tubi.
to say?
Justice is Now you got Justice, of course, watch that, but parental
Such a
discretion.
Parental discretion advised is my first lead.
Parental discretion advised. Is it advised, right?
Yep, parental discretion advised is on Tubi, and it's on
That
Urban
movie.
Flicks.
Now that's Kamal.
Kamal Smith. Shout out to Kamal Smith.
did that one.
Can you sit her on the couch?
She know how to act.
No, she over here acting up.
No, he acting up, and I'm just acting off of what he acting on because
Y'all are a mess.
he retarded.
Figure it out.
I got it.
So you
That's
just,
him.
I'm going through. I'm looking. I want to get the clips in. So parental discretion advised. Yeah, we can run that clip, Rico.
Now,
I stole that from your page.
You was acting in this one?
Yes, I play a mother. Her name is Fawn.
But that's not it. That's some of the movies. That's the movies that she's been in. But
All the
yes.
movies you've been in.
And
Yeah.
parental discretion advised. That one was for me. Serious.
Yes, that showed my range.
That showed your range like no other. And
I'm
that
glad I say your name because I sure was going
that
to
one-
ask you
that one was
earlier how you
emotional for me.
spell it.
to even watch that. That was emotional for me.
It was very what I loved about that, Kamal made us tap into ourselves more, and and as an actor, you have to know a part of you isn't every person that you play. You got to find where you are in that character. And for me, for Fawn, I looked at every woman I knew grew up in the city of Detroit that had a young man young and a father was in their life, and they tried their best with the decisions that they made to give their child a good life, or they thought they were making the best decision with their kids, and sometimes that's not always the case. Yeah. And Fawn thought what she did was best, and I didn't agree with it
I was just
myself.
Say,
I didn't agree with it. I didn't agree with it, but I understand. She didn't know what to do, and that was an emotional film. Shout out to Kamal. It was a very emotional film, and he channeled Jay-Z, is my favorite rapper of all time, and that was good.
A very deep ending.
It was a very deep ending.
Very twisted.
You gotta know your kinfolk. You gotta know your kinfolk. You gotta know your
That's
people.
a good parental discretion. If
Gotta
I watch
watch
that,
discretion advice. And people didn't know that that's the name of the movie.
right?
That was kind of the problem with trying to push it. People kept asking, well, what's the name of it? Because black folks act like they don't understand. You see this big ass title above these pictures of these three people, and it say parental discretion advised. And you don't see the logo. That's this. You don't see that.
Yeah.
But you know why? Because now these kids, teenagers, they go on their laptops and it ain't even. I can tell my son.
Well, some people just don't comprehend.
They don't. But then too. Well, my son is 17, but still.
Comprehension.
I be like context
Baby.
clues. Use your context clues. I bring
You know
those
that
things
too,
back up.
The blue
He
clues?
fine now.
Context clues.
But they be finding ways to get
The
away
clues
to
of the
parental
context.
advisory.
Oh, my
I
Which
be
is you
like,
see these
Lord
three
Jesus.
people on this cover, and you see these big ass words on the front of there. And then we keep saying, watch parental discretion advised, and then you're going to write at the bottom of the chat and say, what's the name of the movie? Well, damn it, it said it twice.
It said it right in the, it's right on the picture.
Said it
It's right up
twice.
there.
Goodness gracious.
What
Now, go ahead, Dice.
I was just gonna ask, out of all the movies you were in, or besides the one you wrote, which one is your favorite?
That's hard.
Parental discretion advised.
Yeah, I have to
Parental
check that
discretion
out.
advised.
Her range in that is,
I ain't seen it yet.
Yeah.
and then just emotions of a mother.
Yeah.
It was
when
deep.
I had to
You
cry.
was the mother in that one?
Yeah, I was the mother of a 17-year-old.
Oh, me.
A 17-year-old young man. Shout out to Meech Icewood. He played my son.
Yeah.
And I had to go in the bathroom and get rid of my emotions and come out, and before I know it, everybody behind the cameras is crying. That was just the blackest thing.
So was it
Did I
like
make you
he
feel
was,
like it?
he
Yeah, I
was, was he a
landed it.
trouble kid?
Yeah, he
Like,
was a trouble kid because his father wasn't around.
Okay.
And a lot of times people do things based upon their emotions and how you feel about your situation, not what your child needs. I see it so often, women specifically, and men too, men alike. I don't like your mama, or and that's a part of having children young, and why I've been very conscious of not doing that, because I want to know my partner and know I'm having a child with.
Right.
And you have a child with a person you don't want to deal with for the rest of your life. But now we got this seed, and this is what it is. And now my child is the victim of our circumstances
Correct.
and lack
Correct.
thereof. And that was pretty much the story of Fawn. And I can't think of what Kamal's name was supposed to have been in that movie.
I can't think of what it was.
I can't think of
either.
what it was either. But it was very interesting. I think that's too. That's just not I always
was his name?
think about, because my mother and father had me so young, and they were in a relationship together. But my dad had all these other illegitimate children
Yeah.
that didn't have the same experience with this man.
Correct.
So like, remember who you laying down with and what the outcome of that can be.
That's why I got one.
That's why I had none.
Right.
That's why I got one. I was like, oh, I'm gonna be a quitter.
Yeah.
Here he is.
She like
Now I
never
think
again.
now I do want to have children. I believe
Yeah.
this is who my husband is, but I won't have none until My hand can't fit in my new purse.
Yeah.
As Beyonce, as Bishop Beyonce knows what Carter
Bishop
says.
Correct. Correct.
Deaconess.
Oh my goodness.
No, I understand that wholeheartedly because I was like, yeah, I won't do this again. I won't put another kid through. And not to say that would have been the same outcome, but I just didn't want to do that gamble of saying,
and that's fair, and that's fair, and that's,
and I was
selfless
able,
of you.
Yeah, and I was able to make sure he had a good life.
Right.
And I
saying 2 is different because 2 is much different than 1.
Exactly.
Because the village I got is the shit.
That's how I feel. Shout out to parents that allow the village to help raise their children.
Say that again.
Because you got these parents
You got 2 of them.
you better not say nothing to my kid.
No, y'all better say
Who
something.
can eat all the candy in the bag? And I'll be like, that's why his teeth. That's why he got silver caps on every tooth.
That part.
And why he got behavioral issues at school because his ass is tight.
Can't nobody talk to your kid and tell him what he wrong.
That part.
Shit, Dice got him. Rhea got him. Robin got him. Everybody got him.
I definitely try to be a resource to all of my friends' kids. I'm the auntie that they hate to love because I'd be like,
I don't say that. I beat their ass.
just have a seat.
They need to.
Ain't nobody talking to you.
That be me.
Let me tell you something. I didn't get many. You know why I didn't get many? Because I didn't like them. So I listened.
Yes.
And I didn't ruffle my parents' feathers. I built the game real quickly. If I follow the rules and do it on post to do, I'm going to have the life that I want to have.
Yeah.
So, I figured it out very quickly. I followed the straight and narrow route.
I agree with that. That's the same thing I just said to somebody the other day. I'm like, if I got to get my ass kicked because I fucked up, then
listen.
Why would I do
I
that?
told my sister today, I told her this before I left. I said, this whole conversation could be avoided if you do the things that you're asked to do.
It's simple.
I don't give a damn what you do if you do what I need you to do. Go ahead. I don't. I'm not gonna be why would I be mean or be a stickler as long as you follow the directions that you're supposed to have? She was like, "You're right."
I was hard headed. My sister was the smart one.
Are you
correct?
Younger than her?
Yeah.
That's why. It's
I'm
the
the
second job.
I'm the baby.
So my sister's the same way, and my mother is like my mother and my sister are the youngest ones that don't listen. My mama is a 50-year-old don't listen to this day.
Yeah,
for sure. And I'm the oldest one, so I kind of just be like,
Robin get in trouble, and she be baking peanut butter cookies, and she be like, "Mom mad, so I'm just gonna bake her some cookies." I'm like, I ain't kissing nobody in. But it worked.
Yes, my sister out of town. My mama called me and was like, "Have you talked to Blair? I'm so worried about her. She out of town. Her phone dead." So I ended up hooking up one of her friends. I called her, so Blair FaceTime me. I'm asleep. Bye.
Ooh.
I said, well, she's alive.
She's alive.
She's clearly herself. She is fine. She's good.
But all of this, all that we talking about, I know y'all that's tuning in, seeing the topic, I actually got it from you. Oh. You did a speech. What event did you do?
Mental health awareness. Sow Your Seed with Tia yesterday. Shout out to Tia.
Yep, Sow Your Seed.
At the Pistons Performance Center.
But the topic is to reveal.
Oh, I always say, heal. It's to reveal, deal, and heal.
Yep, so that is what the topic is on the platform. And we just been talking, so anybody that's oh shoot, the number ain't up there. I was about to say call in, but that's Dice always saying call in.
It was up there. I just saw it.
Oh.
When you had me put the picture up there, they couldn't see.
She didn't know.
Oh, okay.
So I took it off.
All right. Well, y'all know to call in if y'all want to call in, but the number is back up there.
Batanji, what's up, partner? How you doing,
yes,
baby?
hey, Batanji.
Another one who's big in the mental health industry.
Yes.
We got a big event coming up this year sometime.
Shout out to Daisy's Parlor. Lip gloss from Angel. I got to reapply.
And it's who?
By A-Red.
Oh, it's hers. What is it called? Say it again.
Paisley's Parlor after her baby.
That's cute.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to get some Paisley's Parlor. We support our own.
But yesterday I did have the event. Shout out to Tia Russell. She puts it together every year. I've done 3 thus far with her. And every year I'm a different person. I feel like going through a mental health journey. I think we all go through different mental health journeys.
Absolutely. Definitely.
I think that we have to be more responsible when it comes to our mental health.
Absolutely.
And just acknowledging the fact that we all have challenges and difficulties when it comes to that. I think ain't nothing wrong with me. You the worst. You the person that got something wrong with.
You the main one.
You the one that's something to
Can't
matter.
point out everything wrong with
my thing
else.
is something to matter with them.
Yeah.
And that is the person that I feel like. And checking on that strong friend, the person that shows up all the time, the person that's always the listening ear or the helping hand, the shoulder to lean on. They typically don't have that.
Exactly.
And
you know that
I've gone through different seasons of my life where I couldn't be that because because I was so stuck in my own way and so deeply into a depression where it was times I couldn't get out of my bed to bathe, to go to work and be productive. I didn't even know who I was. And then one day I said, I don't want to be this person anymore. And I don't want this to take over my life because life is so short. My grandfather had passed away. Before that, I was praying for strength to leave a relationship. This in 2016. I was literally chanting to myself, you're strong, you're strong, you're strong. And God said, I'm going to show you how strong you really are. And he took my papa. And my papa raised me. I lived with them from 7 years old. And my papa was an amazing man. Y'all ever seen the show This Is Us? My papa is Jack Pearson.
Oh, that's daddy.
My papa is Jack Pearson, okay? Listen. So,
I get it.
So I had to step into a space that I didn't know that I had. And my family didn't know I had.
But did he pass away the same way or no?
No, my papa passed with cancer.
Okay.
Of cancer.
You mean from This Is Us?
Yes.
No.
Because my dad passed away kind of similar to that. That's what pissed me off.
Yeah, I understand.
But go ahead.
I understand. So, that was March. He passed away March the 2nd. I'm like, okay, God, I asked you for strength.
March
and
this year?
2016.
I was about to say,
2016. I'm like, so God, I asked you for strength, and you showed me if you can get through this, you can get through anything. If you can lose, and then that also made me realize too, to not also sulk in the depression of losing a parent.
Yeah.
Correct.
Because I was blessed enough to have 2 parents and
Correct.
2 fathers that loved me. Rather, I lost one at 12 and one at 24. I still had that. I have friends that have never even had that experience.
Exactly.
So who am I to curse God and say, you took
him.
these people
Yeah.
from me?
Yeah.
So I'm thankful for that, for those experiences. And from there, I started the Elmatic View podcasting. And I just literally sat at a white wall with my phone in my hand like this and start going. I just wanted to be, I knew that the story that I had to tell, my opinions on different things, other people thought the same as well. But I always came with facts first. I never just came with an opinion without coming with, facts and why I have my opinion. And I was talking about anything from mental health to HIV awareness to politics, sports, love hip hop. I would do, hip hop breakdowns of albums. Just different things, and I started doing YouTube when people weren't doing podcasts yet.
Absolutely.
So again, being in my own way, I got distracted and discouraged because I felt like I wasn't going where I needed to go. And now I'm looking and it's like people getting paid to talk about nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And you talking about something.
Yeah.
Just hilarious as all the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
And I went to college for this shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But that's what, and now looking back, I'm where I'm supposed to be. And I think that I can do anything now. Black people be like, go do one thing and stick with it. Why?
No.
Why? When your soul is going through different transformations.
Correct.
And so with that being said, I'm literally serving a different purpose forever. Like I'm my purpose is forever changing. So in that moment, I needed to educate. Now I need to entertain, and now I can do both. At one point, I needed to entertain. Now I can do both. So yeah, my mental health journey started there with therapy. I shopped around for different therapists and things like that because you don't find the first one. It's not. It's never.
Yeah,
that.
the first one
not
you be
the
like,
perfect
no.
fit.
And I've been going to therapy back and forth since I was 12.
Yeah.
And shout out to again my papa. He sent me to therapy. Then when my dad passed away.
Yeah, I sent my son too.
Yeah, and I think I just told my stepdaughter today. I told her, I said, it's to maintain healthy thoughts. It's not saying that anything is wrong with you.
Exactly, and that's a stigma we have.
It is, and you can't push everything off on your friends, family, and loved ones. They're going through their own things too. So you go to this licensed professional that they're getting paid, whether you or your insurance, to tell you how to navigate through life.
Yep.
And that's it. And they can't tell your business unless you want to harm somebody or harm yourself. And this is your safe space. And it's important to have a safe space. Everyone deserves to have a safe space.
You said you started therapy at what age?
12 first. And I went off and on back. I got an appointment tomorrow at 2 o'clock.
And what's crazy is I think I started Jaden at that same age too.
And that's why he's so self-aware. And he knows his place in life. When you're able to be self-aware, you know your place. And you don't care about what everybody else is doing.
Individual.
I'm individualizing myself. So I love when Kanye says he has, not forward thinking, but it's not the term that he used. Kanye is all over the place.
Is all over. He is a
genius.
genius.
He's brilliant. And he say shit that make a lot of sense if you decide to understand what he's thinking and not be simple-minded and his thought and get into his thought process.
Agree with it. Like,
you don't have to.
You get so defensive, and I'm guilty of that. I get defensive about a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
but I be like, wait,
I'm a troll. So I'm on Instagram all day on Shade Room and Spiritual World comment and stuff like. Their opinion is not fact. Why are you mad?
Right? Why?
Relax. That's what's called statement of. It's a statement of fact. Your statement is not fact. Relax.
Yeah.
You know. So
Yep.
that's the thing I hate about podcasting sometimes. Is that
Yes.
part is that people are able to say these things and now it's rude. You know. Word
And
is
they
bond.
have this
Factual.
platform.
Word is
Yeah.
bond, and it's not.
Right,
you
and they
know.
had this platform. This is a powerful platform.
Absolutely.
Where anybody can hear you.
It's
through a mic.
influential. You are now an
You are
influencer.
You influencing somebody, whether you understand it or not.
And
So that for me, that's an assignment.
It
I have to be
absolutely
very
is.
careful with what I put out there. Not that, and they say, "Oh, it's called RawbutReal." That's the realest thing I can do is understand that I am serving this for a purpose.
absolutely.
I'm
'Cause you
doing
are
this.
a
I'm in this
servant.
position for a purpose.
You are a servant.
And I can't. We've been doing this 3 years, and people are like, y'all should be further along doing this. Everything is in divine order.
But you all, do you feel good about it? If I tell you all
Yes.
the time, if you can
What
do
you say is
something for
always
free
therapy.
every day, if you
It's
can do
my
some-
therapy.
It is. If I can do this for free every day, I'm happy doing it. I'm supposed to be doing that.
Yeah.
And if I just happen to get paid for it, God damn it, good.
Yes.
But I'm not gonna. Everything is so money driven.
Mm-hmm.
Make money, make money, make money. And don't get me wrong, I gotta pay my bills, but God has not denied me a way to pay a bill yet.
Baby.
Right.
It works itself out.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Yes.
Like during, no, not like that.
Look at you, they be like, wait.
Usually I'll be out of order, but not today.
Oh,
Well, bless the Lord.
During your depression time, like how dark did you go? Did you ever think about suicide?
Yes. In
Did you ever attempt?
2013, no. But I did think about it.
What was your thought when you went there?
oh, I want to know because
Like,
I
I
think
didn't
take
feel.
your
I
life
didn't feel.
or-
Yep. I didn't feel loved at that time. I was in a very bad relationship at the time, and I will be completely honest. We both weren't good for each other. I'm not gonna put 100% on him or 100% on me.
Correct. That's the mature
But a
thing.
person who knows you too much are always able to use your weaknesses against you, and that narcissistic gaslighting and those things. People don't realize when you're dealing with a narcissistic individual, they will push you and gaslight you to the point where you will want to take your life. You got to get out of that. You got to get out of that. It was that bad, and that's where it came from. It was really a relationship that I was so in a dark place, and he made me feel so bad about myself. And then coming from my challenges between me and my childhood, I felt like I just didn't want to be here no more. But I've always had a relationship with God, and that got out of my mind real fast.
First, I want to say the shame that comes with that. People don't share. So I appreciate you for
Because I don't
sharing
think I've
that.
ever shared that with my family. So this will be their first time hearing this.
I
probably.
appreciate
So I was your first.
Yeah, probably.
I was just thinking.
bringing that out.
So listen, no, the reason why I asked because this month here on this podcast we've
Yes.
been, of course, sharing with the people with mental health awareness all month because this is the month for it. And last week, I don't know if you got a chance to watch it. We had a young man on here who actually attempted.
Wow.
He
And lived.
and he lived, and he came on here to share his story.
A friend of mine I didn't know in high school did the same thing. He just put it on Facebook. He shot himself in the chest. And he lived.
Same
Are you
one.
talking about my
Desmond?
nephew? No.
What's his name, Desmond? What's his name?
That's the same, but the same thing he did.
Mason. Yeah. We went to high school. Oh, really? We went to high school together. So he shared it on Facebook, and
Yeah,
I
he
shared
did.
it.
He
We-
shared
we
after he
did it.
did this.
Yep, and
Yeah.
I've
He did,
shared
he
it.
showed the pictures.
And I shared it on Facebook and was like, you know, prayers to you. You are worth life. You're worth.
Yep.
You're worth living. Yep.
So it's getting around. So yeah, he was here last week and
Yep.
shared
That's
that
crazy.
story.
See,
Everything.
divine order. I
Yeah, everything. So,
Yep.
and for you to say, like, I be asking those questions because a lot of people are going through silent depression.
Yes.
Yeah,
They
and
don't
functional
share.
depression.
Yeah, and it's like,
Especially men.
no, a
yeah.
lot of
Especially our
men.
black men. We have, as women, and I know that women, we are the most undervalued creature
we
in
are.
the world, right? But so is the black man.
Absolutely.
Again, you have women. We have ourselves where young men might want to express themselves creatively with tattoos on their faces, but it's alarming to us and it's scary for us. And he may not, in that instance, he was on some bull. But he
Right.
may not, but he may have another person that may not be. So people are afraid of black men. They mistreat black men just as much. And I know we talk about our feelings so much, but sometimes it's okay to ask a black man that you love, how's your day today?
Exactly.
Are you okay? Is there anything I can do to help you feel better? Do you need my assistance? Most times he gonna say no.
Yep.
But at least he knows at this point I have a person that loves me and that I have a safe space where if I
actually
need
cares.
if I need something, I got you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Just off of that, 'cause he was talking about my situation. That's not their business, but it's small things like bringing the burners or
Absolutely.
having something that they like.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It was like a oh my God, you really thought about
Yes.
me today.
The
Like,
smallest
it's the
things
smallest
matter.
yeah, I'm like,
The smallest
yeah,
things
like,
matter. Like for me, if I'm having a bad day and my boyfriend will say, "Do you want to sit and watch Chicago PD?" Like that's our thing is watching TV.
yeah,
Just that and sitting in silence.
yeah.
Sometimes I don't want to be in silence, just honestly, especially in the morning. But after a long day,
Yeah.
I want to be in silence. You know,
Right.
like we can just watch TV and roll over and go to sleep. But just having someone that can save space.
Correct.
Yes.
In saving, I want people to know this too. Just because I'm telling you what I'm going through, I mean, I ask for your opinion.
Correct.
Whew,
Your
say that
opinion is not
again.
always warranted.
Correct.
You are not Dr. Seuss.
I'm not looking for a
I'm not
fixer.
asking you to be Olivia Pope the fixer.
Yes.
What I'm asking you to do is to save space in this moment and to hear me.
Right.
I want to
good.
be heard and seen sometimes. When we say seen, is to see me through.
They say you.
But to
be
see
seen
all,
and heard.
Exactly, be seen and heard.
And without hearing say, if I was you, I would do. And what you should do.
Oh, you
I
shouldn't
didn't
do
ask
this.
you
Yeah, I didn't ask
shit.
you
those
What
questions.
I
Yeah.
asked you, I didn't ask you. I'm telling you what I'm going through. And if I want your opinion, I say, what you
What
think
you
I
think?
should do?
Yeah.
Do you have those experiences where you be like, because where I am right now, I'm like, I don't even need you to touch me. I just need you to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just be there.
Just be.
I don't need you to do anything.
And then
other
sometimes I don't
than-
want
And then that
anybody
may
to be
lead
there.
to that, but just be
It-
there.
it-
It's got to be
dang.
the mental.
Yep. I have a friend that
It's got to be the mental.
she lost her son last year to gun violence. An exceptional son, Markel Harvey. He would have been graduating from Cass this year. And her mother just died in a freak accident in March. So back to back within 23 months, right? She's a very strong woman. And sometimes as friends, you know, we don't know the proper words to say to her.
Right.
Exactly.
Because I've never been through what you've gone through. I can never tell you because I lost a father. I know how it feels to lose a mother because I don't.
Maybe I
Never
got
lost
you.
my mom.
Yeah.
But what I can say is that I understand,
That
and I'm
hurt.
here to save space for you. So whether it's just come over there and kick it, and we just
Yeah.
talk some crap, go out to eat, do something. And if your friend doesn't want to do that, that's okay too.
okay.
You can say, I be trying to help her, but she don't want no help. Because right now I'm not in the season of that.
Correct.
But don't forget about me.
Guess what? A friend of mine, you know who I'm talking about. The
I
hood,
know.
the hood.
Right, I do.
She just lost her husband.
Oh,
A simple
yeah.
text. I just text, hey
Just
baby,
thinking about you.
I'm
Just thinking
I'm
about
checking on you. How you doing?
Just sending my love.
You need anything?
That's it.
Don't need anything.
I'm good, baby.
Just sending
Thank
my
you.
love.
I
And then
appreciate you.
Also
You know,
just thinking
normalizing
about you.
sometimes when your friends cannot be there.
Yes.
correct.
Because that's a thing too. You know, we try to hold our friends and family accountable, not understanding they could not, they can't be there. It might be triggering for them to be there
It's triggering for me.
in your presence, and that doesn't mean that they love you any less.
Any
But
less.
sometimes I just can't show up for you right now.
I don't go to
I'm being
funerals. I'll go
selfish.
to viewing before I go to
being
a
selfish
viewing.
in that
I
moment.
mean, to a
Yes,
funeral.
and that's okay. Just because you're not, you can't tell me how to grieve.
Nope.
Because
And I might
in
not
my
wanna be
mind, I don't
there.
know how you feel about your father because I lost my father too. It's in October of 16, which is crazy. But I don't do funerals.
My mother doesn't either.
I'll go to the viewing. If I can't make it to the viewing, I might show up at family hour or I might pop up and be like, hey, I'm here. Because I can't sit through it because in my mind, I'm rechanneling.
You
only
are.
thinking about just-
And
yeah.
for me, I think it's more important to come over to my house after it's all
That
said. Or call me after it's because that first week or two, maybe
You ain't gonna
months,
remember
maybe 3
half of
months,
that.
people gonna
It's
come
a blank.
around. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be drinking. It's gonna be
Yeah.
conversing. It's gonna be a good time. And then that year from now, when the dance is said and done, nobody is calling you. They didn't forget it. Life has still moved on
Like, you
for
still
them and
talking
not
about
for
that?
you.
Yeah.
So that is when I need you to call me and say, I know the day is almost around.
Yep.
Or,
Yep.
what you doing? Let's just shoot the shit. You know, that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's those times where I can't be there for you. That doesn't mean I love you anymore, any less. Or life
Right.
can be life for me. And you may have to shoot me a reminder.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm having to put everything on my, I'm at that age.
And I'm gonna tell
It's
you,
on my
I'm
calendar.
gonna tell you one incident for me. It was last year, 7 years it had passed, and I was going through something else. And my aunt called me. She was like, "Hey, I'm just calling to check on you." I'm like, "Checking on me for what?" She was like, "Just checking on you because today is today, right?" I'm like, "Today is what day?"
You just like
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
She was like, "The anniversary of your dad's." I'm like, "Oh shit, that is today." I didn't even. I was going through so much
You was
other,
going through.
so much
And
other
that's okay
things.
too. You're not forgetting about him.
I
Right.
didn't.
No, you're not.
But it was just like, damn, I ain't even. Because it was so much life and, you know, like.
Because I'm done doing that. I used to celebrate my dad's birthday and death every single year. And what I realized is that I'm looking forward to be depressed.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to say, I'm going to be sad on Wednesday. You know, that's my dad's birthday. I ain't got time for
You
that.
ain't gotta do that.
I'm not going to the cemetery. I'm not doing that no more. And no shade to people that want to continue to do that. I can't do it for my own mental health. I can't do it. I can't progress through life holding on to what was when what is not.
And that's coming back.
It's
not coming back.
It's not. I told my mom, and I think it threw her back when I said, I can't miss what I don't know anymore. He's been dead longer than I knew him. Do I wish he was here? Yes.
Yeah.
But 12-year-old Lexus
Is
not
in
here
me right
with
now.
33-year-old Lexus needs from a father. So I don't know what he would be like.
Correct.
I can wish him that.
I keep my granny right here, her ashes. It's right around my neck. I don't want to be. That's me.
I keep him
don't
alive
wanna
as much
be-
as I can.
And I got my father's ashes in my living room
Yeah,
with
I
a big ass
don't
picture of
don't
me.
want to be in the
Like, he's
cemetery.
there for me.
Like that made me think about my life plan. And that's why I'm honest about life insurance. People, I say it 1,000 times, please. Because GoFundMe is not what you do when you do.
I don't want to do a fish fry.
I don't want no pictures on my.
I'm doing all that. I
don't
want to
want none
GoFundMe, a fish fry. That get a lot of money.
You gonna be dead. You don't care.
And do it on your children.
yeah.
You can start life insurance, Gerber Life for your children. Start now.
Absolutely.
Plan now for your kids.
Life insurance,
My grandparents
something-
did. Thank God, like I said, my grandmother, my mother, you know, they were smart when it came to
Yeah,
kids.
and that's how generational wealth is started.
Absolutely.
Through that, like, it's. I'm not. Well, I always tell my mom, I'm gonna be sad. God forbid something happen to you. I mean, but it's not God forbid because you are supposed to bury your parents.
Yes.
We just don't know when, how, or how it's gonna happen. But we live long enough. We are going to bury our parents. And
It's
that
a
is
hard pill to
divine.
swallow,
It's
but
a
that's how
hard
it
pill
is.
to swallow. Hard pill. I haven't lost my mom or my dad yet, but I've lost my mom's husband. It's been 2 years. His death anniversary was just May 1st. So on those, you think about it, just brings you back to that day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you keep replaying in your head
Yep.
what happened that day.
And in my memory, like an elephant, I don't forget nothing. So
Correct.
it goes
I
on to
forget
times.
everything, but
They go from times and detail, and that could be trauma based, whether you know
it
it or
could
not.
be. It
You,
could be.
you remember that one time in band camp?
That's a good
I was a
movie.
band kid. What I did not do.
You wasn't there because you wasn't in the band.
Don't
I'm
do
telling
that.
you, wasn't in, not at the
Not
camp.
at that band.
Not at that
band
camp.
No, not in '86. I was not.
So listen,
I was still in my
on a
daddy's sack.
serious note, I've been, I've been into this depression thing, not myself per se, but like I've been fascinated with hearing people's story. So I've been trying to learn more and more about it because I do think myself being in like a silent depression. That's why I always keep saying it because I ask so many questions about it because I want to make sure if I come across something similar to what y'all have experienced because I think everybody on this depression stage, they experience some type of similarities.
Absolutely.
Either when they hit it or while they going through it or at the time coming out of it. So even when you first felt like you hit it and you said you thought about taking your life, but you didn't. What I'm trying to understand is that when you came to the point and said, I want to take my life, you started praying then?
Yeah, well, I think I would have been depressed all my life.
Okay.
I think my depression started at 7 when my parents broke up because that was traumatizing for me. You know, that was a part of my life where it went from a family to this. And then my dad started a whole new family with someone else, and that was depressing for me. I remember I started overeating at that point. You know, black folks love to feed you.
Yeah,
You know,
you
what's the first
okay?
thing you do when somebody passes away? You come bring food.
Come bring
Right.
food.
And the food never leaves. You keep eating. So whether people know it or not, just like when you break up in relationships, that is grieving. I was grieving the loss of my father not being in my home. That was the first thought. So that's 7 years old. And then I think my mother was looking at me and she saw the person that broke her heart a lot. When she saw my face.
She saw your face.
I was the
Oh,
person
because you look like
just
your
like my
dad.
father.
Yeah.
And
Your father fine?
yes, I mean, some people would
Wait,
say
what's
that.
his son?
He was fine. He was fine.
You know, so we had our challenges and difficulties growing up too, which is also depressive because I don't have a dad, and then me and my mom are struggling. You know, and then my mother is my age. You know, and I'm in high school, 9th grade. I'm 33.
Yeah.
She's a young woman, so you know she's grieving. She's going through things. She saw him shot up dead. You know, that's something hard for her.
Oh, that's how you lost your father?
Yeah, he was murdered. He was murdered. So, you know, you look at I look at now, I don't judge my mother for what she was going through. She didn't know what to do.
Correct.
But thank God she had a village that said, we got you, and we got them, and we're going to figure this out together. Yeah. So my depression started way before I even was acknowledging the fact that something was wrong. Mm-hmm. It just was like, I remember going through extreme lows and extreme highs of my personality. I would burst out crying for no reason. Why am I crying? I don't know why I'm crying. I don't know why today I won't get out the bed. I don't know why I'm overeating for no reason. I'm just eating, and can't stop. Like, this isn't normal. Or if you say anything to me, I'm shaking and I'm crying. I'm offensive. I'm defensive. I'm offensive. I'm everything. It's not, you couldn't say, and I'm ready to book, you know? So I'm like, something is not, this isn't normal. And that's what it was like. I thank God that I have a family that's Christian, you know, faith-based. And the guy I was in a relationship with, his mother is a strong Christian woman. I had my cousin London, we're very close, and my best friend Whitney. We both were battling, struggling relationships too. And in that point, I had a prayer warriors around me that was like, we gonna pray and we gonna figure this out. And so a friend of mine bought me Joel Osteen's book. I can't remember. It was like a daily devotional thing where he went through these stories. And I never let up on it. And then I just started reading the Bible for myself. And then that's how I was able to forgive people that have hurt me too. Because sometimes people treat you bad because of how they feel about themselves. Correct. It's not about, you know, how they feel about you. Yep. It's more about them than it is you. And I'm not mad at people. I'm not mad at people that killed my daddy. I'm not mad at you. You know why? Because you gotta deal with God. Yeah. That's your faith. Things happen the way it happened for a reason. I wouldn't be sitting here with you today had that not happened. Exactly. I wouldn't be able to write that movie if that didn't happen. I wouldn't be so self-aware if that not happened. I wouldn't be able to say I went through depressions and anxieties if those things didn't happen. So God knew what he was supposed to do. He was instrumental in that. And I was here to play the song.
So within your therapy and going through, you know, because again, like you said, you got to pick different people and all of that stuff. Do you feel like you found the right person, or like because it changes? Absolutely. If you don't understand what I'm telling you, like
no, it changes. It depends on what you're looking for in that moment too, right? So even when you say love languages, my love language change every day. I need something to do every day. Need something different every day. So I go through my second bad relationship with my second narcissist, okay? And I say, but I know how to deal with this one, right? Because nigga, I see you. You ain't breaking me down, break you down first when we get about this situation.
He not watching. She just looked at the camera.
I'm telling y'all, you standing right there, like, right? Hey, and I forgive you. I forgive you a long time ago. So I say I'm gonna look for a black male therapist because I think I need some positive reinforcement from black men. Dice, not therapist.
Oh, licensed therapist.
Yes, I got drive suspended. How many points do you have?
None.
Okay.
Perfect license.
I don't believe it.
I love this conversation. I wish we had more time, but we don't because it has really been an hour that we've been sitting here talking. Yeah. Yes.
You might need to be burped.
Okay.
Really been
I'm gonna say this one thing, and I'm gonna wrap it up.
All right.
Find a therapist for you, whatever your needs are in that moment. I'm not saying everybody is praying to the same person I'm praying to, the same spirit that I'm praying to, but I encourage you to get into your faith because that's the only thing that's going to pull you through depressions and anxieties and things like that too. I suffer from anxiety as well. And that's just not being comfortable with the unknown. That's all anxiety is. It's not being comfortable with the unknown is. And that stems from death, honestly. So I encourage everyone to go to therapy. It's to maintain healthy thoughts. It ain't nobody business but you and the person that you're talking to that's in front of you because ultimately it only helps you. When you look in the mirror every day, if you don't like who you see, fix it. I tell people all the time, do an 80-20 rule like Tyler Perry did in Why Did I Get Married? If that long list of good, that 80% and that 20% is this small, you do what you can to fix it. Everything is fixable. I mean, hell, if you too fat, go get some Ozempic, go see Dr. Miami, whatever floats your boat.
Get some candy cleanse.
Okay, candy cleanse. Now, if you can't do that... And if you can't do that, get on a layaway plan. Everything can happen. You can do everything you want to do in this life is fixable. If you don't like your job, go back to school. Figure out what works for you. I tell everybody, too, please read the book, Purpose Driven Life.
Yes.
You got to know your purpose in this life. And if you don't, you're not going to live it to its full potential. So follow me on Instagram, LELLE, _BREAUNNA. I am.
Slow down. Say it a little slower.
Okay.
Because I couldn't. Hold on. I got to unlock my phone. Wait a minute.
Cricket on the eye. No.
It'll be posted, but yes, it'll be posted on here.
ELLE, BREAUNNA. And I am balanced in everything I post. In the morning, I'm going to post my daily devotional every single morning at about 8 a.m. And then from there, you will get Sophisticated Ratchet.
All right, girl.
It's the ratchet.
Yep.
It's the ratchet.
It's the
That's
ratchet.
what it is.
Thank you for having me.
I
Want me
appreciate
to come back?
you.
I'll come back and talk to y'all.
Yes, because it was.
We
We had
love
been
you.
trying this
Thank
for a
you.
minute. It was a
You
lot
have.
of
Can
obstacles.
I get
But it was
another
done.
It was. I'm really starting another script tomorrow. So, well, I should have been
Yeah,
starting.
because we
it
still
long
got to
ago.
talk. We not gonna. I got to Dice. I need you to talk about millionaire mindset before we leave out.
I'm glad you reminded me because
Yes.
I forgot to talk about it yesterday on the show. But anyway, yes, coming up Saturday, June the 8th, we are having a black tie affair. It's called the Millionaire Mindset. And this is open to everybody, business owners, people with an open mind, people, we trying to change people mindsets. So we already know we all millionaires already. It's just how you go about doing it. So we setting up a event so people can come out and kind of network. It's just not network. I don't want people to think it's some type of pop-up shop or just a network event. This is real serious, and I've been posting it every day with a video to let y'all know. The tickets are on Eventbrite. It's held at the St. Regis Hotel on West Grand Boulevard. Again, that's Saturday, June the 8th from 7 p.m. to 11, and it's going to have food and everything, gifts. But get your tickets now. We'll sell out. It's a small event, but it's serious, and we trying to do something different, and you got to be there. And all I'm saying is those you miss out now, don't say I didn't tell you, because I'm going to go back and tell you to go watch 100 videos that I posted for
Please send
people.
it to me.
You have no excuse
Right, I wanna
to
be
miss
there.
this. Y'all
I
have
gotta
to.
work. I'm so mad. I got.
I'm
Wait,
so
you said it's at
mad.
night?
Give me a second.
7 to 11.
Oh, I can come.
Yeah.
I'll be off
This is
work.
deep. Yeah,
Well,
Oh wait, no,
gotta
I
find me
got
a
a birth.
dress.
Oh,
But even if you start a business or already have one, we're giving you an opportunity to get up to $10,000 in funding to help your business.
Oh
out.
well, let me come with my
well, that would
seasoning.
make me. Yeah, that'll make me sad. But I want to. Yeah, I want to make sure you
I
did
appreciate
that. Now.
Gina,
appreciate
let
that
me come
because I
in there
know.
with my
All
seasoning.
right,
Elle,
y'all.
thanks.
Thank
It's a
y'all
pleasure meeting you.
for
Thank you for
tuning
coming.
in. Make sure you
Thank
watch
you again.
Yes.
Justice.
Yes, on
Tubi.
Tubi.
Make sure you watch Parental Discretion Advised.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the name
I
of the
need to
movie.
watch that.
Yes.
Wrapping it up,
And
y'all.
he said, she said. But
He
you're going to
said,
be
she
mad at
said.
her in that one.
My mama told me I wasn't SHIT. when
She
saw
wasn't.
that.
Not cuss you. I think
Oh,
I did
your
a
mama
clip and I was
cussed
like,
you
"Hey, you
out?
wrong for this one."
Oh no.
My grandma can't watch that one. My grandma, that's what you
That
can't
was not
watch.
for the kids.
I mean, real inappropriate now.
Real inappropriate, but it was good. All right.
Love
we
y'all.
out.
Bye.
We out.
What up, though?
Right. That part.
Really so small.